Squeegee, 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 squeegee. Stepping over here with these slides on, sliding up in here. What's up?
You good money, sir? Let's go. So state your name and where you from.
My name is Troy Ceasar, and I am from Grand Rapids, Michigan.
I'm so glad to get you in front of the camera, man. I gotta get Rich in front of the camera next. All right, so let's jump this off real quick. How did you come up with the name Ceasar? So we know Troy is your first name. But how did you come up with Ceasar as the last name?
Man, at the time I was going by my name, Troy Brady, and switched my whole everything up, and dude named Kanye West come out, and he got his original name, and then it's like, dang, he making beats and rhyming, he fly, I'm making beats and rhyming, fly, so I was like, man, I ain't have a name. So for like 3 years, I ain't had no name. And we was in the studio one time on Fuller, and Cass was arguing who was this and who was that and who had this role and who run this side of town. And there's I can't even remember who it was, bro. Somebody like, man, he ain't even saying nothing. He over everything. He like, bro, y'all kings, but he's Caesar. He over everything. It just stuck. But it was probably about 15 people down there. I can't remember who said it. So somebody gave me that name, and it just stuck.
In the Fuller basement.
Yeah.
Okay, that's dope, man. I didn't know. And again, that's knowing each other, going my brother. I didn't know that.
I ain't like it originally.
You didn't?
Mm-mm.
Why not?
I just like, nah, bro, cause of what Caesar stands for. That's why I spell my name differently. So I'm like, I'm just gonna spell mine different.
Spell it for the camera there.
Ceasar.
They can search it, so Troy Ceasar.
Yep, not CAE, CEASAR.
So you didn't like it just from like the negative connotation of like Caesar Rome, but then they gave it to you. They saw it as like
you over these providences.
Yeah, you over.
You recording all this and you putting batteries in everybody back, no matter what side of town they from.
That's dope, man. I think that's an amazing way to come across a name. You know, in the black community, man, you don't pick your name. The name pick you sometimes. So that's dope. Yep. I think that's real dope. All right, so let's get into this history then. So how did you get into music? Like, how did you find your way? Because some people seem to gravitate towards music, but they get into it later in life. But as long as I've known you, you're not just into music, but music is you. So how did you get into music?
Well, it's always been around.
Okay.
And I had said this once before, but I had went to Granville. Well, I don't know if it was public school or not, but I went to Granville. This is early 80s, like 83.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I was one of the only black kids, one or two in the whole entire school district.
Okay.
And literally it used to be like, I would get on the bus and moms would sit their backpacks and lunch pills.
Forrest Gump treatment.
Yeah, like, nigga, you ain't sitting here.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And one day towards the end of the school year, it was like that at school too, by the way. Nobody really played with me. I had one friend, but anyway, one day I get on the bus and Olivia Newton-John, Let's Get Physical was playing on the bus radio. And this white girl was on the bus killing it. And I just started singing along with her. And next thing I know, it turned into a whole concert on the bus. The next day, mothers was moving them backpacks out. Wait, like, you can sit next to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah. I saw then that the power of music. And I think that's when I first got into it. So what would that be, the first grade?
First grade. Mm-hmm. And it just carries you on from there. Mm-hmm. Because I know your family ties, you got some musical family members as well. You can talk about that a little bit. It's just far as it's in your blood. Mm-hmm. Right? So how did that transition? Because you grew up around a musical family. Did you ever feel any pressure to do music from your family? Okay, so it's just something that's just been
It's almost like you in my family and you can't sing or make some kind of music or play some kind of instrument. Nobody really looks at you like, dang, what happened? Why didn't you get it? Yeah. But it's kind of like, oh, you don't? You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like everybody does it.
It's kind of like that superhero cartoon, Invincible, I think, when they waiting on the kid to get the superpowers. He come from a superhero family. So that's kind of how it was for you growing up. Like,
I won't say it was on any pressure for it to happen. It's just like you around it so much. It's just you don't even realize that that's what you're doing. You get it, like you don't know, like, oh dang, I'm like I'm making music. Like, it took a while for me to realize, like, what I was doing. One of my cousins at the time, like, yo, you ain't getting paid to do that. Like, I'm like, nah. Like, you coming to the studio with cats. I'm like 12. Well, not that young. I'm about like 14.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I got dudes 25, 24, 26 in the studio. I'm making beats and they rapping and, you know, bam, like, yo, what you get? What you make? I make nothing.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you should be getting paid. Like, you know, they might start telling me about splits and publishing, recording releases. So I started knowing about stuff at like a young age, or like, you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to be getting some money. So yeah.
Okay. And then so you are, I always want to say an Abney, but it's a DeBarge as well, right? What name you kind of?
No, Abney is the tree. That's my great grandparents is Bessie and William.
Okay.
So that's like, then you got like everybody's name was Abney.
Okay.
But the females get married, take on the last name, hence Braden.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hence DeBarge.
Okay.
Brooks. You know, Hendrix. Okay. You know, we got a couple. So that's how I go. But it's Abney is the
foundation.
Mm-hmm.
So did you have an early? Because I don't think people know now. But how long have you been rapping? Because production is different. I think it's sometimes people get put in a pigeonhole, but you kind of are like 60-40, I would say. Producer, but then people know that you can rap as well.
I probably started rapping first.
Okay.
I probably started rapping like in classroom. I think like in the 5th grade, the teacher would let me rap, and I rap. Sometimes I'd be saying other people raps.
They don't
you know what I'm saying? Well, other people I knew, like older people around, you know, me, like people that was helping me. Right? I might have said, you know what I'm saying, Tremel Snakes. His rap he had wrote or like, you know what I mean? Like, so it was like I was doing that kind of stuff too. But yeah, like rapping first.
So it seemed like you kind of was gravitate toward the light, because now knowing you, you know, again, as long as I've known you, you've always been a behind the scenes guy. So it kind of seemed like you started out in front of everything and then kind of gravitated towards the back. Is it more so just to get out of the limelight, or you feel like you just phased away from that stage?
I stopped wanting to like be an artist, so to say, when I had the house fire and lost the record deals.
Oh, okay. So let's talk about that then.
And then I went through that depression, and divorce, and all that.
So what happened with the house fire?
I don't know. They say my 2-year-old daughter started it, but it was a light bulb that kept blowing, and I was like, yo, what's that? Like a dummy, and seemed it was all like the combustion and black. And he's like, oh, you can't be in here for. Then like when I come back to try to salvage some stuff, they got it cut out, and they cut it out. But I ain't have renter's insurance. Like I ain't really know. Like, you know what I'm saying? Oh damn, you ain't got no insurance. Like oh.
So was this the studio on Fuller?
No, this is when we had an apartment over in off of Prairie Parkway. Okay. This man, I'm young at the time, like 21, 22 maybe when that. Yeah, the firehouse was like 23 actually.
Okay, and so to take us back to the fire, so you said it was like a record deal. You had stuff on the table.
Yeah, two record deals.
Okay, well, just talk about that, like as far as
Big Beat, Tommy Boy.
Okay.
But I mean, they wanted me to be a solo artist too.
Okay.
And I wasn't telling my homeboy that part. You know what I'm saying? So I was always be like, oh, they was BSing but I always thought that the manager was trying to sell me, because he'd always be like, oh, why you need my man? Like, bro, we don't even, like, he too, we marketable.
Okay.
I can't really, y'all both tall, nice looking dudes, but like, and that would even bother me. Like, no, I keep saying I'm nice looking, and like, I'm flying, like, cause I got family in the industry, so like stuff like that would kind of scare me. Here, like, man, they always trying to break somebody away and get them and do whatever they want to that person. So you need people around you that you came up with. You know what I'm saying? And I knew that, so I wasn't trying to let them separate me and homeboy.
Okay.
But it was just like, you don't need them, bro. Like you do everything.
Okay. So then the record deal was there. You had two on the table, and then
They just didn't want my mans. Neither one of them.
And you kind of slowed the process up because you wanted to bring your friends with you, the group with you. That's commendable. You know, a lot of people, a lot of times, I don't know if you know what's going on right now in the media, but
I'm glad we did though.
With the Young Doug phone calls, have you been listening to those? So one of the phone calls, he was just talking recently about how Scooter Braun called Lil Baby and said, I'm going to buy your catalog. And Baby said, you cannot move forward without talking to Pete. Talking about 150 million.
P.
QCP.
Okay.
So then Scooter Braun stopped talking to Baby and went to QCP and bought the whole label, including Baby's royalties for $300 million, and Baby didn't get nothing. So if he would have just said, yeah, take the deal, he would have got $150 million. But he was loyal to his label, and they went around him, and QCP sold the whole label. And so it's kind of the same, like I said, on a different level. But
that deal back then was the standard. Probably wasn't no kind of like, bro. I'm glad we signed it, or I didn't sign it, because it's like a 7-album deal, bro.
But sometimes that's how you get into the game, though, right?
Yeah. I could pretty much hope to make $30,000 a year off
of
that deal. Like, you know what I'm saying? Hope, like, that's if you probably go gold, like, type of. You're solely dependent on tours and shows, and you know, I probably still be trying to fight for my masters to this day. That was like 98.
At that time, you were probably going to a lot of shows too. Can you give me some memorable shows or events that you've done with artists or in the industry that really stick out to you?
Man, one of mine was Outkast, bro. We performed with Outkast at Michigan State.
Okay.
And that was dope. They was kicking off their album release. Okay. And yeah, that was real dope, bro. I got my dad. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where my dad went. It went on a tour bus. My homeboy gave it to him on some. We was looking for y'all, man, and him and the manager was looking for me and my homeboy. Like, man, but don't worry, we gave him the dad. I'm like, yo, you gave cats my instrumentals. Like, it's other stuff. Yeah, that's another story, but that was definitely a memorable night in Michigan State, man. We had a blast.
Okay, so then so Big Boy, Trey 2000. Anybody else? Outkast, any other times or events? Because you always tell great stories behind the scenes. So
the funny one was the Biggie one.
What made the Biggie situation funny?
Well,
tell a story. I know the story. You want to tell the story?
We got up early in the morning, man. Hungry, like I'm about to go down in the lobby and get some breakfast. I'm talking about Mars ain't go to bed till 4, 5 in the morning.
Where you at? What city?
We were Grand Rapids at the Days Inn, right there by the Amway Plaza and all that, right on the river. So we got these connecting rooms. Anyway, I go downstairs. I go get me some breakfast. I come up to get on the elevator. Door opens up. Surprise, surprise. I'm like, dang, Biggie, I'm geeked. Like
yeah.
But he's looking shook. Like he looking like he backs all the way up in the elevator, like, like fuck. And he's on the flips at the time. He's on the flip. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, dang, why you acting all weird, man? Like, I ain't grouping out or nothing.
Yeah.
So I'm just like kind of quiet. So when I step off the elevator, somebody must have asked him, like, who's that? He was like, I don't know, some punk ass nigga. But the door had shut, like right when he said it, and I wanted to be like, because I wanted to say something back. This before he was getting.
This before he was big.
Yeah. I mean, he was Biggie, but he was Big Papa was just rolling for him. He ain't had one more chance to join out yet.
He didn't transition to that flying and shit, like that Coogee sweaters and all that.
He might have, but
not that.
He wore it a few times. But man, yeah, older. I'm mad at you to this day. Behind that shit, I always said, if I see that nigga,
you go, yeah,
I'm gonna address him.
Yeah,
you know, say something about it. Like, I felt some kind of way because it's like I really was like, I ain't grouping out over you, nigga.
Yeah.
I done met Muggs way more. Like at the time, he wasn't like nigga. I done opened up for all kind of cats, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He wasn't bigger than Pac at the time. Like, man, I don't. Oh, you ain't.
So you opened up for Pac then, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then my question, how was that situation? Where was that at? How was it?
Michigan State again.
Okay.
I think he went to jail that night.
Wow.
I gotta look it up and Google it. I think that might be one of the spots he went to jail, bro. Cause part of me, like, we was smoking a lot of weed back then, but part of me don't remember if he actually performed. Like, I'm like, damn, did we see this nigga perform? Or I know we did.
Yeah.
But yeah. But you know,
How was your interaction with Pac?
I didn't meet him. I never met him.
Okay. Y'all was just in the same area, same spot, passing by.
I never saw him.
Oh, okay. So you think he
like? I'm kind of trying to think. Like I was like, damn, did that nigga perform? Cause man, we do the show, bro. I ain't gonna lie, we be on the girls.
Yeah.
Like I ain't watched Biggie perform that night. We on the girls, bro. Like, cause you know they at this time, you know, you a star too.
Yeah.
Like you don't know, they don't know the difference. They can't look up your followers and be like, oh girl, this nigga ain't even pop.
This is days before social media.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You pump fake.
You can be anybody.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I got you. My cousins always tell me he was the manager. Like, for instance, say, if we did a show out of town or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, he might be like, we might know the guy that's famous. He might be like, oh, I'm his manager. And he'll always wear a suit. He makes sure he wears a suit. Hey, but he got a lot of play.
A lot of
play, man. I've seen it.
And yeah, back then a lot of times women were probably, yeah, I met such and such and such and such, and he famous, and nobody was nothing.
Yeah,
I had no idea, man. That is hilarious. So we got a good background in your history and music. How did you kind of transition into engineering and producing that? Because you said that you were rapping early, rapping first, and your name was just Troy Braden. You were rapping. What was your first rap name?
I ain't telling nobody.
You want to tell nobody first?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think I
tell nobody that.
Okay, but somebody look it up. Somebody said it in the comments. You know how graphics is. So you went from that to engineering and producing. How did that transition happen? Because I feel like at some point engineering took over.
It did, because it was around the time where I had my second name, which was Broke Nose.
Okay.
And that, I didn't, that wasn't even my name. I just said it freestyling. Called on a freestyle tape, called myself the Broke Nose Bandit. And that tape got dubbed and dubbed and dubbed, and it circulated, and everybody just kept calling me Broke Nose. I was like, I don't fucking like that. But you know what I mean. But the engineering thing, I was mad because we go to the studio, and I knew like, okay, we go to the studio. Like, this the demo we did at the crib, and we go to the studio, it's gonna be, like, man, it's gonna be so big, and then it'd be like, oh, man, like, what? The bass ain't hitting, the highs are, man, it sound better. I started telling my man, like, bro, it sound better on my tape deck, bro. Yeah. Like, we're separating all the tracks. The drums, the samples, the whatever, the sounds, they each have their individual tracks, bro. This ain't like we two-tracking. It sound better two-track going on a cassette tape than it do when I leave the studio, bro. And you $35 out.
So
I was like, you mind if I sit right there? And he was, white dude. He kind of got arrogant because niggas don't supposed to know nothing. You know what I mean? Like when it come to that, that's science. That's a science.
Yeah.
So, but I know what I wanted to hear. Like, bro, you don't know hip hop. I do. You know what I'm saying? So he just had to, yeah, sure, fine.
Yeah.
He went got his little beard. And he sat in the corner. And I had that just sounded so good. And he's like, you're a bass freak. He just dogged me out. But then his clientele started picking up. Because Mother's like, where you do this? So cats started coming to that studio.
Because you
yes.
You
and I'm saying that on record, bro. Muggs didn't start going there like that until they was hearing my music coming out that mug. Mm-hmm. But this is the thing that happened. Cats will be like, yo, why ain't my shit sounding like his shit? We going here too. I got an ASR10. I got this. Man, we should be Shadow started telling us, nah, Troy be mixing his own shit. So now it's like, yo, come to the studio with me, and I'm letting the white dude pimp me basically, because he ended up starting having me come there sometime, and I'm mixing, and he giving me a free hour, but like, that was nothing. Yeah. But at the same time, I'm learning. Yeah. I'm learning. Yeah. You know what I mean?
That's more valuable.
So when I got my own stuff, it was like a fish to water. But except it was digital because it was Pro Tools, so I had to relearn. But I had all my analog experience.
Yeah.
So I just combined the two.
And sometimes that free lesson be the one that pay off the most at the end. That's been paying off over and over again. So then with the producer skills, where do you feel like you became, like you transitioned to really saying like I can start charging for beats, I can start, I'm there to where
Day one.
Day one.
I was getting paid for shows at $15,000-$16,000. You know what I'm saying? I always got paid. That's my cousin like, yo, what they give you? You know what I'm saying? He doing the money dance. And I'm like, I'm happy too. We're like, man, what you make, cuz? What you get? I didn't get nothing. Like, you ain't charged them, man. You said I made 3 beats right here, and you brought me and everything. I'm like, here, man, you might give me $5-10, you know? Yeah. Then you better get on your, you know what I mean? You're supposed to be getting technically half, and you the composer, and you just start talking to me, breaking the business down, bro.
And that's probably the benefit of having family in this, right? You kind of skip that whole phase of like not knowing your worth.
Yeah, that's why I wasn't too big about signing the deals with Tommy Boy and Big Beat, because it was just like, that's a slave contract, man. Like I don't own nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. And y'all want to add and bring in some production too. So it's like they ain't trusting me with the whole buck load of the.
Yeah.
And that was, man, bro. I learned that from my homeboy Devious Steve. Shout out to Devious Steve. One of the cats I started rhyming and rapping with way back in the day. Shout out to Jeffrey. He had signed with Jeffrey Valentine, and like we was supposed to be a part of that deal. This is even before the Tommy Boy and Big B situation. We was kids at the time. We ain't want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro, because shout out to Jeff, but Jeff wanted to do all the productions. Like, bro, it's like that ain't our sound, bro. Steve signed it anyway.
Yeah.
But I will say this about Steve. Steve called me from LA and was like, yo, bro, Dr. Dre just left NWA. He about to do his thing with this dude named Sugar Bear, bro. They got this dude named Doggy Dog. He cold, bro. Man, they want to rock with me, but Jeff won't let me sign.
Wow.
Yep. And I was like, oh, this nigga always lying, but look what happened with Jeff. Like, that nigga was telling the truth. He called him Sugar Bear. Yeah. He said the whole thing about Dre leaving, and they called him Doggy Dog. Was like, he's like, bro, they about to.
That's crazy, man. And it's almost like a cautionary tale here in Grand Rapids, because you hear the same story over and over again. People, that deal is right there, or that next step is right there, and then it seems to be, people have integrity. I heard the story, I heard it with Shadow, I heard it with a couple other people who had those deals on the table, and they walked away.
If he wouldn't have signed,
yeah,
he could have, hey, bro, thank you, but I'm rocking with Dre.
Yeah.
My life might have been different to this day. You know what I'm saying? Because I know he came back and got me.
Yeah, with that, I heard the same story with Paper Thin. Paper Thin had the same, RT to Paper Thin, if you know Paper Thin. He had the same situation. The deals on the table, and he kind of stayed loyal and stuck around. So that's amazing, man. So let's kind of get to the groups you kind of formed too. So, we got to be here shipping to your production and engineering. What was the first really, because I know we have Supreme Focus. You had 1,000 Egos. Of course, you are the Cornerstone. You and Rich are two great guys. You got God's Kitchen. You really connected to a lot, man. What came first? I know Supreme Focus or 1,000 Egos. 1 or 2 was first?
Supreme Focus.
Okay. Who was in Supreme Focus?
It started before that, though. It started with AU.
Okay.
We had a group called AU. And it was my homeboy Napper, my homeboy Willie Edwards, and myself.
Okay.
And I was a DJ, but I knew how to rap. So that was the core. And Willie left, and it was just me and Nap holding it down. And then Napper brought Boom in. And then that's when we connected with Dirt Sound. And then Dirt Sound pulled us into that. And we was doing that. And then Napper left, and it was just me and Boom with Dirt Sound. Then Boom and I left, and we still kept the moniker AU, but Nap never came back. He passed away. God rest his soul. And Supreme Focus came like through Comp, because like I said, after that fire, I didn't want to do nothing no more. So Comp came up with that name, all that, everything. It was just like, yo, this young kid, he's spunky, senior high school. I was kind of like, I remember when I used to feel like that. I remember when music used to make me that happy. So I kind of started living through him, sort of. You know what I mean? Like, well, bro, I'm gonna at least do it for somebody, since I didn't do it for myself. Cause I was like, I'm done. After that fire, I was like, man, I hate music. Like, I really felt like I hated music. I didn't hear it, like, none of that. So I just did that for him. That Supreme Focus. Then he wanted to focus more on DJing. So we kept Supreme Focus as the label, entertainment label, because that was all LLCs and stuff. So the Thousand Egos came next. And that disbanded. And then from Thousand Egos, we have God's Kitchen.
Ciao. Let's get back a little bit to the Supreme Focus. So with Comp, where did you meet Comp at? How did you guys meet?
Man, it was a job I had. This girl named TMD. Shout out to TMD. TMD used to be a part of Dirt Sound too. She was affiliated with Dirt Sound. She wasn't like an official member during the time I was there. I don't know about afterwards, but she just always come through, and she was a girl who used to rap. So when I had got the job that I used to have, she had worked there, and they put us in the same department. Mm-hmm. And I had let her. She was like, "You still doing music?" Nah. So I let her hear some beats. She was going nuts. Like, she kept coming over to the area I was in there. Like, look, you gotta quit. Y'all gotta put a break. So she, all right. But she had ended up going to this mic check, and she tell me about this little kid I had to meet. I had to meet this kid. Now I done had the house fire now. Cause my plan was, nigga, I'm not finna be working here. I'm about to be a big famous star. Like, this shit is temporary. I just need insurance for my daughter. You know what I mean? I had that mentality. Yeah. And but when that fire came, it just was like reality hit. Like, damn, I'm finna be stuck here. I'm looking at these mothers like they gonna be stuck here. I'm about to be stuck here. So it was like some depression. So when she kept telling me about dog, it was just like, man, I don't care. I told you, like, I don't need to meet, want to hear. Like, she so persistent about this little dude. So it's like, all right, I'll listen to this dude. And from the moment I met him, man, it was just like, from the moment I met him, bro, and I just like, I don't know what it was about him, but it was I was like, dang, I owe the game at least this, to pour into somebody, because Muggs poured into me. So like, it gotta be each one teach one. I gotta at least have one person that's like my student. You know what I mean? So to say, not belittling him or anything. No, yeah. But like, I'm a grown man with a car, a house, kids, like, I give him his first car. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So he's a high school kid, you know what I mean? So, but like, yeah, it was just like, man, I'm about to do this for dog. He had a grind about him. I just liked him, man. Yeah. So I was like, I ain't got no equipment. I ain't got nothing right now, but I can go make some beats over Shadow Crib. Like, what I'm saying? I ain't got no records, no nothing, bro. But like, I'll make you some stuff. And the rest is history.
Wow, man. And as long as I've known you guys, I knew you guys have been, brothers for a long time. But you guys have made a journey together, walked together, and you guys have done a lot of great things for the city and for the state and for music together. So that's really dope. And then you've always said a little key piece in there too with Shadow's Crib. Mm-hmm. Anytime you've ever had a situation, you've always had somebody like that to kind of lean on. So call to Shadow as well. And
that's one of my day ones, bro. Him and Kamal. For sure.
That's amazing, man. And the thing seems to be, man, is you kind of have. I've always witnessed the respect and everything that you have in the city and the area, but it always seems like the up and coming music always gravitates towards you. Like they have to go through or around seas at some point to kind of make that or get that approval, that transition. Not necessarily approval from you because you're not giving everybody the stamp, but it seems to be the natural way of things around here, man. Do you feel like everything kind of just orbits you at times?
At times, but I don't like that. You know what I'm saying? Because that's not supposed to be the case. Right. You know what I mean? Everything's supposed to orbit around whatever it's got to orbit around. Like, don't include me. Don't put that on me. You know, I don't want that extra weight. I don't want that. I don't even want. That was like another thing, man. Why I stopped recording people, because it was just like, you know, man, if you don't do it, it's not gonna happen for me. And it was like, yo, like y'all putting y'all, like, I'm not trying to be included. Like, I ain't trying to have no skin in the game on your shit. Like, you know what I mean?
You just doing the job. You just record, get paid.
Yeah. And it just turned into like, man, I didn't buy all this equipment to record, nigga. I really bought all this equipment because I'm a dope nigga. Yeah. So it's just like, I ain't even been doing nothing. So, man, I got to do some music. So that's when we get God's Kitchen, and you got that kind of...
It kind of comes out of that. So you ran through 1,000 Egos.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to speed past that because 1,000 Egos was, I think, ahead of its time.
It was actually right on time.
You think so?
Yeah, we just fumbled.
Okay. Because y'all had to...
We fumbled. It was there. There was no reason why that shouldn't have...
Was it too many egos? Was the name?
Yep. That was a major part. You know what I'm saying? It just was, bro. But that was like the greatest thing to never happen. I witnessed cats come out later on in life in the game and was like, that was that nigga. That was him. That was him. And I just knew, like, man, dang, like, and they all know now. But I didn't realize that it was my fault. I blamed everybody else.
Why you say it was your fault?
Because I was the only one they'd listen to. And I was always I'm Bennett, I ain't in it.
So it goes back to what you just said.
I don't want to be responsible. Yeah, I ain't responsible for y'all niggas. Grown men, bro. Work it out, whatever. Hey, yo, he said what, bro? Don't come telling me about what this nigga said. When I could have really been like, yo, bro, you tripping. Or like there was a time like somebody said, oh man, how much you would give me to feature on? Oh man, it's done me 200. Oh, bet so-and-so told me 3. Oh, well shit, that case I need 4. It was like that kind of shit going on. Like, bro, when I should have been like, nigga.
Should have set the price to everybody.
Man, don't do that, bro. Yeah, we should have been like, look, this is what we all charging. Yeah. If anybody asks, you know, that just being prepared.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Already having it so you ain't got to react. You know what I mean? We're going to tell everybody this. I don't care who it is. I don't care who think they the hottest. We all want that.
Yeah.
That's what we should have been like. But it wasn't. It was like nobody was cool. No way. Everybody was from different hoods.
Yeah.
Only ones was cool with each other was the Coogee kids. Was Clyde, Joe, and Bub. So like everybody else was kind of like, this nigga from this hood, he's from that hood, this from his hood. This one. So you got cats that's from different hoods that rap, and like, man, why you rapping with them niggas, bro? Yeah. You know we don't them. That's how I get the name C's. Like, bro, he overall. So like Muggs is telling me, and I'm. Like it didn't. That's why I say it's my fault. Yeah. Because I could have really been on some RZA shit. Like, nah, we finna lock in, bro. And if you ain't doing it, bro, you don't come around. Yeah. This is what we doing. This is how we doing it, bro. I need you to really. We that band out of here.
To it. So then, from 1,000 Egos, you met Ran, and then y'all transitioned into God's Kitchen. Mm-hmm. How do you feel like? How do I want to word this? With God's Kitchen, it's almost like, I don't know if it's one of the biggest albums in Graphics history, but it's definitely one of the most impactful albums in Graphics history, I feel like. You guys are you comfortable saying you guys are 6-7 figures in streams, right? So you're almost in streaming numbers. Mm-hmm. So you guys
collectively
probably over 1 million streams.
Oh yeah, well over
1 million streams. It's been received in hip hop and across the country. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like it should just do, or it's like it should have been happening, or did it happen right on time?
I just felt like people felt what we felt. Like I finally got to translate how I feel in the music out to the world. It was like that was a real project. It wasn't like a mixtape or some stuff we did in 3 days, or it was calculated. It was planned. It was concepts. It was ideals. It was two brains coming together. You know what I'm saying? That birthed that. But that project was never even supposed to happen.
Why not?
There was no God's Kitchen. I hadn't seen Ran in 8 years. But I seen him 2 times rather, in 8 years. And each time was probably, one time was about 45 minutes, and the other time was like 45 seconds. And he was like, bro, I just wanted to come say, hey, I'll jump back on the highway. Like, damn, nigga, like, but that's Ran for you, like, like, I ain't seen you in 4 years, you 45 seconds.
So how did you guys lock in? How did that come about?
Gonzo did a beat challenge, and I did the beat and finally didn't record it with my phone, like put it on SoundCloud like everybody else, just officially. And it was kind of like nobody, after I did the beat, like nobody submitted no more beats, like flip that sample. So I'm like, oh, must not be doing it no more. So I forgot about it. Ran hit me like, bro, let me get that beat. I'm like, what beat you talking about? He's like, man, the beat, the sample beat for this challenge. I'm like, which one? Well, you gotta show me. So you got it on SoundCloud. So he sent it to me. I'm like, okay, bro, well, if you like that, I'll give it to you, but you gotta come here to record it. I'm thinking, there's no way this nigga's gonna do that. That's my way of being like, you're not gonna get the beat. Yeah. Because I ain't seen you in 8 years.
Yeah.
So he said, man, I'll be there in 2 weeks. I'm like, yeah, okay, bet. This nigga comes. He called me, hey man, I'm out on such and such and such. Man, I should be at your crib about 30 minutes. I'm like, oh shit. Like, this nigga really coming. So I gotta track this out.
Yeah.
So I'm tracking everything out, and Rand comes, and like 10 minutes later, Willie pops up like, man, I'm in town, bro. What's up? Man, I'm over here by your area, bro. I'm like, shit, me and Rand here right now. Man, Rand there? Man, what y'all niggas, man, bro, I'm on my way. So he come, right? What y'all niggas working on? Like, we ain't did nothing yet. So he's like, man, let me hear it. So Brandon had like 2 verses. We didn't even record nothing yet. So I played the beat. He like, man, let me get on this shit. I'm like, well, you know, bro, I got something else for you. You know what I'm saying? He's like, yeah, that's cool, but I want to get on this. I'm like, well, you know, dog, wrote his rhyme took like 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? He ain't been in the studio in a minute, bro. Like, you know,
yeah.
He ain't rapping in this front of the mic, and I don't know how long, bro. Like, he got 2 verses already, got his chorus. Like, letting him go on wiggle. Bro, like, shit, if y'all want to keep it, y'all ain't got to.
Yeah.
Walk straight up to the mic, bro, like.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro, hey, that's bro.
And what was it, Drugs and Jazz?
Nah, it was Playbook Rules. This is how the God's Kitchen album was birthed.
Wow.
So it's Playbook Rules, right? So I'm like, damn, Rand, my bad. Because Rand had to do a whole nother verse. I'm just going to put such on there. And they ain't had no chorus. So it's just like, man, my bad, bro. Oh, man, that's all good. I said, look, man. Because Will left. So I'm like, this is funny too. I was like, if you want, bro, come back next week. I'll give you his beat that I have for him. He let me. I ain't even play it for him. He didn't hear it. So I played the beat. That beat is God's Kitchen, the number 2 track on the album. So you're like, bet. So he come back. We got that. So I'm like, bro, I gotta give you another beat to rhyme on, cause cats ain't heard you in 8 years. Yeah. You know what I mean? Can't just, the first thing they hear and the only thing they're gonna hear is the track with just you and Willie.
Yeah.
They won't hear you.
Yeah.
Not saying I don't want to hear Will or y'all together, because they do. But Muggs, they ain't heard you. They been hearing him. You been something.
Yeah.
So we got to do at least another one, right? So that's how we had. Okay, you got 2 now. I was like, dang, bro, but you really need like a 3.
And it just snowballed.
So we do Thank You God.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you need something that's gonna come out.
Right.
So then we got the 3. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I'm like, but you need a just like a single, something that feel good. Like these are they good, but like you ain't got. So we do Thank You God. I mean, not Thank You God. We do Any Second Now.
Yeah.
Right. So now I'm like, bro, it's a we. And I'm saying we. Right now they gonna be like, we got one bouncy one, but that's all they could do. So we do God Forgive Us for Balling. And then that's how that was. And then we listen, I'm like, okay, we done gave them hype, they got this, we ain't got no grimy one on here where you just, so then we do 100. So that's how we get that. So now we just on a roll. So, but everything was, what would sound good coming after that? What would,
so you record the songs in order?
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Except for the first 3.
Yeah.
Because the first song technically wasn't for the album.
It wasn't an album, man. It was just a song.
And neither was the second one.
You gotta give Rand credit for making that call. You know, a lot of times, you know, Rand has a large body of work. He has amazing music. You know, for him making that phone call to you and connecting with you, gotta give him credit for that, man. That's amazing.
Yeah, man, it was meant to be.
Yes.
So that's why you're right. This guy, bro.
Yeah.
This God's kitchen.
So how did y'all? That's how I came up with the name.
It's God's kitchen.
God's kitchen.
And just how everything and what God's kitchen originally was, how it originally looked. That area, that time, because you know division run straight through Rand Hood and mine.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we was on top of the hill and they was all the way down, getting close towards downtown. They like the Hall and Division area.
Yeah.
I'm the Burton and Division area.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, and he a tourist, I'm a tourist, but he barely was a tourist. Like he almost was an Aries.
Yeah.
Cause he born in April. I'm born later on in May where I almost was a Gemini. So we got the commonalities.
Yeah.
But we got the differences. So we bump heads, bro. Like we argue more than we work sometimes. You know what I mean? Just about everything.
And I want to give another shout out to Rand too for Gun Rule TV, all the work that he's done behind the scenes and bringing shows here. Brought a lot of shows.
And the first World Star before World Star, bro.
Yeah.
I remember Rand used to go back and forth with Q, bro, before Q passed from World Star, man. Used to be asking Rand all kind of questions.
Yeah.
You know, oh yeah, do this, bro. You do that, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? People don't really realize what really went on and what happened. Like, you know what I'm saying, with Gun Rule TV and just what killed it or what made it special. Like, yeah. But that was before World Star, bro.
Yeah. Rand had that camera on. Yeah. Anyways, that's amazing. I want to make sure Rand gets some credit for that too. All right, so God's Kitchen 2 by Fire by Ice.
By Water by Fire.
I'm sorry, by Water by Fire.
Yeah. But it's good that you kind of know the name to a project that ain't even out yet.
Yes. I'm behind the camera, behind the scenes, but y'all have been promoting it a little bit. Yeah. Rand has been doing his natural thing, promoting it. Do you feel the pressure to beat the first one? Because the first one came out.
I do. I actually do. You know what I mean? Because the first one was like, well, that's kind of us. I'm trying, but trying not to try, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So it's like crazy. So the sound of the album it's different, but it's the kitchen still. But it's almost like somebody told me the last album was dope as shit, right? And it's a classic. It's a masterpiece. And it's like, this album, it's a masterpiece too. But it's just in your face. Like you can't get around it. Like it's there. He said the last shit was kind of like He said, "This it? Like y'all, like, yo, listen to what I'm like." And just kind of like it is a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is like I'm trying to smooth it out. Like, all right, this.
Trying to pull it back a little bit.
Yeah, we got we came out.
Yeah.
Hard, bro. Like,
I mean, y'all got a good magic working with each other, so I feel like a natural progression should go forward. I know we got to wrap up soon, but I want to ask you really quick about your you just dropped a couple of songs where you had a joint album, right, with someone recent just come out, or joint production.
Who the hell is Carlo?
Yeah.
Yeah, not my album.
Yeah.
It's more of a Boldy James Carlo. Who the hell is Carlo? Album. Carlo, he young homie, producer from here.
Okay.
I think Carlo in the A right now. But I think Carlo was in maybe Detroit when that was going on.
Okay.
So yeah, he hooked up. I was like, yo, bro, I want to have you a part of this because you be ready to go with the samples and all. I just, man, bro, what we got to get you? I got a budget. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, well, give me such and such. And I sent him a couple of beats, and I sent like 3 beats, I think. They all got picked though. One of them got picked for another project. But I forgot I did. Like, bro, you did this one? Like,
because you got it is a Boldy project, but one of the songs that resonate with people is one of the beats you done.
I did a couple beats on it.
I needed a couple, but I can't remember the name of the song, but that's the song that people always post. It kind of resonate with them. Do you think you making some good traction with Boldy? Do you think you and him will probably be good making an album together one day or something like that? Yeah, see.
Yeah, I had to see, but him and my brother-in-law are real cool.
Okay.
So like I could. Bro done had me on the phone with Boldy before, so like it's I can make it happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
All right, and then you've been getting a lot of mixing work as well from the D as well. You've been doing some mixing.
Some stuff, but that project that I just did recently that I was talking about earlier is that's kind of like a New York, Detroit connection, cause Ron Street's from New York, right?
So?
I think he's from New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would just say like, keep being a lover of music.
Yeah.
Not a critic. Know it's hard to always be a lover, but when you love and learn to find the beauty in every song, be it the lyrics, be it whatever, like more creativity comes. Long you don't shut it out. Sit there and enjoy it.
And
niggas wearing cowboy boots and hats now.
Who was Ross Concentration? That was that Rob Thomas.
Okay.
Nobody. Me, nigga, Ran the most famous, bro.
So
Industry person.
So who as posed by the Greater Rich Peak, who do you think is the most influential or the greatest or the most known person to rapping your beats?
Ran Roo. Believe it or not. If I say, now listen, if you follow my bro track history, even if you follow the God's Kitchen thing, you start hearing a lot about God after that album and seeing our imagery and seeing Muggs change and stuff and the way Muggs was rhyming and all the entendres and using the same words and all. That's Ran Flow, bro. That's Ran Flow 15 years ago. It's Ran Flow now. And a lot of your favorite artists have been in his inbox or my inbox. A lot of them. Muggs, who we talking about right now, have been in inboxes. You can't tell me.
What the conversation like? Are they just asking for beats or just?
Oh, I like that, or oh man, y'all keep going, or sometimes niggas be talking shit too. Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna put nobody on blast because I might need that bridge. Like, I ain't into burning bridges. You know what I'm saying? I may need to cross that bridge later, and I'm gonna use it just for such.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then you hear Bro Flow Like you hear, like, bro, I said that. Like, or I did, like, so yeah, man, I'm talking about some heavy hit. Like, bro, I really think a lot of, and even my production style, bro, I'm hearing it. I'm hearing the beat switches.
Yeah.
2 and 1 beat. I'm hearing the different drums. I'm hearing the inflections. I'm hearing Muzz coming back to the skit work.
Yeah.
For the chorus.
Yeah.
A totally beat in the beginning of like the record of the sample may be playing. And then it goes into, bro, that's me, bro. I'm doing that. And I know cats gonna be like, yeah, whatever. But it's always a nigga like me that everybody wanna keep hitting. It's more than just me. Because there's cats in the industry the same way. Mother wanna keep you hidden, bro. And you don't let nobody get the golden goose. You keep them on covered. And you get that egg, cover him right back up, buddy.
So I'm gonna get a couple more questions, bro.
But maybe Gucci Mane, though.
Bill G.
Yeah, probably Gucci Mane the most famous. Industry.
Gucci rapped on your beat?
Beat that had something to do with
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, yeah. I got like 2 more questions. Okay.
I think it was Gucci and 2 Chainz on it, if I'm not mistaken. So, but Gucci probably more famous than 2 Chainz, right?
I don't know at this point. It might be neck and neck.
Well, yeah. Them niggas.
So can you list off all the projects that you've made, beat tape wise, and album that you rapped on and produced on? Because I know you always put out a beat tape, or you always put out an album. Your lyrics was shit I did with my friends, and stuff I did with my friends. But you have a history of just putting out some music.
Man, anything you ever heard that was in the group or has Supreme focus on has something to do with that production. Whether it was vocal arrangements, vocal production, executive producing. Maybe I did do a couple beats on there. Maybe I arranged the beats. Damn sure mixed them. You know what I'm saying? I might have added to them. Like, oh, I probably need some 808 or like I'll just put a clap over that. Even if it was just mixtape stuff to crisp it up. Like, so like, yeah, man, everybody that was under the Supreme Focus, if you seen Supreme Focus anywhere on there, bro, it had some kind of touch of me on there.
Well, I wanted you to kind of name them so I can.
It's too many. That's what I'm trying to say.
Stuff though, shit I did with my friends, whatever.
Oh,
you got a tape with Willie. So
yep.
Name no, I want you to name.
See, I wouldn't have named that one.
So, but you should. But Studio 28 is a great tape, bro.
But that's say Willie the Kid. They don't say Willie the Kid and Troy Ceasar.
But you are on the production. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'd have been naming all kind of it.
Exactly. So but that's what I'm saying. So, but that's a collaborative situation. So I want you to name those when I chop it up.
All right. So, Caesar Salads, 1, 2, and 3. Phonographic, Staring Into the Sun. Them all beat records. So 5 beat records. Studio 28. Some shit I did with my friends. God's Kitchen. We got Caesar's Palace and Heavy Weighs the Crown. So 10 all together.
And all those out now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you can't get Caesar's Palace. That was an EP. And Heavy Weighs the Crown was like a mixtape and it had original beats on it. You can't get either one of those because they were on Dat Piff. I don't even think Caesar's Palace was, but they were. You got it. It's on CD.
And then you also, what about Rand's earlier work?
Yeah, man, all that, bro.
So Ciroc on Ice, Floyd Mayweather.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I did, be a beat or two or added to some music, but definitely like vocal production and all that. And around now, bro, this like this, no, say that like that. No, you didn't do it right that time. You did the last time, bro. Your whole octave just changed. What the hell, like? So yeah, or bro, don't rap in that tone. You need to be more in like that. Like that's me, bro, all day.
So if people want to get in touch with C's and is the production for sale? Are beats for sale? Can they hire you for
everything's for sale?
Everything for sale.
Everything is for sale. You come talking right nigga, I'll let you get my FPC.
I put your soul on the scale in this bitch, huh?
With every I have a card in it. With every here, it come with the right price, bro. Everything for sale, bro. Beats. I'm not recording anybody anymore. But
Could they hire you to record them, produce them in a separate studio, not your personal studio?
Yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you can do that.
So how can they get a hold of you?
Or you can send me your files and I'll mix them. You know what I'm saying? I'll assess it, see what it's gonna take. You know, once I look at everything, all right, and estimate about how long it'll take me, I'll give you a price.
Okay. All right. How do they get a hold of you? What's your social media handle?
Troy Ceasar.
How you spell Caesar again?
CEASAR.
That's it, bro. We good.
All right, I appreciate being here. Y'all don't want me to pull an A1. Hold on. What's my big
I remember A1 did.